Good evening, everybody. What's happening? My name is Michael Rutherford. Happy to host today's call. I've got 3 o'clock Pacific straight up. I've got a great friend of mine, Dustin Schaffer, on the call, calling in from Oceanside, California. Hey, Dustin, are you on? Dustin, can you hear me? I think he's on anyways. He's either on mute or he called in with the wrong moderator code. But anyways, I've got a great friend, Dustin, here in a moment. He'll be able to hop in and share with us just momentarily to kind of share with you maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes about Keto OS, pure therapeutic ketones, and the benefits of having ketones in the body. 2016 is the year of living better, and Keto OS for me has been that catalyst for the last 6 or so months of really getting into a better state of mind, better health, better energy, better sleep, a lot of really cool things. But what we're not going to do is talk about or tell you that our product diagnoses anything, cures anything. We're not playing doctor. We're not making medical claims. Research suggests ketones do a whole host of really awesome things. And it sounds like I got Dustin on now. You there, brother?
Yes, I am, Michael.
Awesome. Well, happy to have you on the call. We want to be on and off in about 10 or 12 minutes or so. And just going to give everybody that's listening maybe as a guest in the first time, what are ketones and why should people care? And then the next question after that is, how do you get them and why is Keto OS so powerful? But maybe just start at the top with what are ketones and how big of a deal are they?
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Michael. I truly appreciate it. And ketones are just a very clean energy source. People think about carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Most people fear fat, but it's just to think of that as food and calories and energy. Well, ketones are your body's own natural energy source, and your body will produce that through either starvation or a very particular diet like an Atkins diet or a ketogenic diet where your body eats its own body fat. And what's really special about ketones is your body can absorb them without needing insulin. So for people that are struggling with energy and focus and clarity and just struggling with day-to-day life, a lot of these people are struggling with their ability to get food or nutrients into their cells, and ketones absorb very easily into the body. So one of the things, a lot of people are talking about how they're just getting more clarity and focus in their brain, or they're getting better workouts in the gym, or just feel overall better during the day, is because of this, because they absorb so easily into the cell. They help the body develop that energy that we're lacking.
I love it, and I know I've experienced that, but probably the coolest thing about ketones, a couple of them really, one of them is this benefit base of ketones, and I didn't understand it at first because I'd never done the Atkins diet, but people, I'm not kidding, starve themselves because the real way to get, or the only way to get ketones present in the body is to naturally produce them like you talked about. That's called ketogenesis. It's when your body's out of glucose. It's kind of like if you have a Prius or a BMW i8, and it's totally out of gas, you got to rely solely on electricity. Cars don't run that way. You can actually do both at the same time. The body, on the other hand, doesn't do that. You got to run it out of glucose, and when you do, then it'll produce ketones to stay alive, almost like a defense mechanism. What we're talking about, Dustin, with Keto OS is you can actually have both fuels at the same time because you're drinking ketones exogenously versus your body producing them yourself. How big of a deal is that for somebody that's, maybe hearing this for the first time?
Well, the first thing that I said when you brought this to me was no way. That's not possible. But if you had something like that, it'd be pretty special. And the reason why I see it as a big deal is I've been teaching this lifestyle in the health and fitness industry for nearly 15 years. And I watch people and I've taken people because of unique situations, either they're struggling with life, health, or medical issues. So I put them on a very strict diet to help their body get into nutritional ketosis. And it could take 3 days to 6 weeks, depending on the severity of their condition. And so to have a product that basically I can give them the end, it's way easier for me to teach them the beginning. And like you had said before, we don't even have to do the diet to get the benefits. That's what's so cool about this, is that people that just need it for certain benefits, they don't need to go and change their lifestyle and diet. Now, me, in being in the health and fitness industry, I'm always trying to help people tweak it and fine-tune everything. But that's what makes it so special, is it's never done before. and we're seeing unbelievable results, which, right away I knew that it was possible because I've seen what the diet can do, but I've just seen how many people have failed trying to do the diet because one banana, smell on a pizza, and you're done, you're out, you start over. And if it takes you 2-3 weeks to get into ketosis, starting over is not fun, probably not going to do it, and that's why a lot of people out there that have done an Atkins-type diet or a low-carb diet, they do it for a while and then they quit, and that's because they just get kicked out. And this product now can prevent that from happening and allow people to have that sustainability for long-term success.
You nailed it. Sustainability, I think, is one of the most important words or one of the most important points or aspects of this entire conversation. But what's so cool, and kind of share just a little bit about, some of the research that's out there, the types of benefits, the types of people, like who are ketones for? Like if somebody said, what's your target demographic, like what would you say?
That's a great question. I just rattle off a list of benefits that researchers suggest. So mental clarity, focus, energy, fat loss, improved strength, anti-inflammatory effect. You basically, anybody that needs any of those, and that's pretty much everybody, that needs that to some level or some degree. And on the same side of that, when we look at the research and we start looking at the cognitive function, right now there's a big topic in the NFL around these brain trauma and brain injuries from being concussed. That's something I have a personal experience with. And, there's a lot of research that shows how ketones can be a natural neuroprotector. They can not only help protect you from getting one, but also help you recover from one if you have one. And you start digging into that, the anti-inflammatory effect. We got a lot of military guys that are using this, after they retired as veterans, and you look at the research and shows how much ketones can reduce inflammation. So that's a very big, strong supporter as somebody gets a little older, aging, and they're just dealing with those aches and pains that they didn't want to deal with. And then you get to the deep stuff. When you really look into the big medical problems in our country, heart disease and cancers and Parkinson's and ALS, there's a lot of research out there. I encourage all of you to Google it and look at the benefits of ketones around those topics. And at the end of the day, if you just feel better, that's what really matters. It's feeling better is really the key. And then, what can you do to, enhance that better, and then show the people around you? Because it's not just you feeling better. You honestly want other people to feel better. If you have kids, you have a parent, if you have friends, this is more than just you. It's showing them that they have another choice and another way to feel better in their life and be the example for the people. So that's really how I see this. This is just an unbelievable tool that can just help people get there. But the research that's on there that supports what we're doing is actually extraordinary.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's been really neat for me is having the product validated by people like you that have spent your whole career in health and wellness and consulting and coaching, helping people feel and be better. We had T. Galdron on a call a little bit earlier today. She spent her whole career as a PhD, really coaching people. Dustin, you and I played golf with your cardiologist friend the other day. And, man, when you dig into the research behind the ketosis conversation, there's a reason there's a lot of commotion taking place around ketones because they're really just an unbelievable value to so many different kinds of people. But as an entrepreneur, like when I started understanding, wait a minute, there's fat loss that can be achieved through having ketones as a fuel source. All right, I needed to lose 50 pounds, which is all now gone. There's inflammation that can significantly be helped when you're talking about having ketones as a fuel source. I know a lot of people that have body pain, aches, pain, muscle pain, joint pain, all this stuff. So when you start looking at, how many people suffer from, headaches or brain fog or ADD or things like that, that's a pretty big audience. So as a business person, I'm like, hello, does it taste good? Is it expensive? How do you get it? Will you pay me if I get a bunch of people to buy it? So, those were things that were intriguing to me. But Dustin, just real quick, as an entrepreneur, like you've been running your own practice, consulting the medical community for years and years, how big of a difference has this product made in your practice and how you've been able to help people?
Unbelievable, Mike. I would say in my 15-year career, I probably have directly impacted 1,200 people. And since implementing and utilizing this product, I'm looking at in 6 months, that's in 15 years. In 6 months, 4,000 or 5,000 directs, directly impacted people, and maybe up to 15,000 or more indirectly helping people around this topic. So that's unbelievable because for a guy like myself, I tend to work with a lot of nurses and teachers and doctors and professionals, and they're in the business of helping people. And granted, they have to make it their own income, and that's really important because if you're not helping yourself, you're not helping the other people. But at the end of the day, I wasn't helping that many people. I knew I had it in me to help more. My wife had challenged me. She's kind of a tough cookie. She's an attorney in the Marine Corps, so she doesn't back down. And she's like, you need to do better. She says, you need to help more people. And I'm God's honest truth. She actually said that to me. And so I was on a quest to do that. And fortunately, meeting Michael and bringing this product to market has allowed me to do that. But it's also allowed me to help other people help more people, which is kind of the key, right? It's other people being the examples. If you're a strong entrepreneur and you want to do something special, this team and this product is unbelievably capable of changing a lot of lives. But if you're just even a person that just wants to share it, around, my mom doesn't know a thing about marketing whatsoever, and she has shared it to over 100 people naturally just because she felt better and she cared just to let them know that the product exists. And I think that's all it is that, my wife at the beginning of all this, she hears me on the phone talking. She's like, Dustin, it almost sounds too good to be true. And this is our conversation at the beginning. And I'm like, at first I was like, it kind of does. But the science and research out there just supports everything that we're doing. And on top of that is that the results we're seeing just supports the science. And, I think it's just an easy product to share. And I think everybody should at least know that it exists.
Bang. It's so cool when you have a product like this that is easy to share, and because it's easy to share, it'll naturally expand. People will be attracted to it. It tastes good, and within 30, 60 minutes, you can prove you have therapeutic dose of ketones in your body. So there's not a lot of arguing against it. It just flat out works. So whether you're on the call as a guest because your friend told you, hey, you got to hear this, this call has been 12 minutes long, and it's just kind of a 10,000-foot introduction into what ketosis is, or ketones, or pure therapeutic ketones in our product, KetoOS. But I would encourage you to reach back out to whoever invited you and just get your hands on product. Buy some product. We're in this VIP promotional phase right now that expires tomorrow night, so there's some significant benefits if you like what you've heard as an entrepreneur and want to share the product with people or think you ever might want to. Ask them about VIP, get enrolled, get some product, share it, have fun, and come out and hang with us in Las Vegas in a few weeks at our conference. But, Dustin, always a pleasure to have you on the call, man. Happy Saturday. Happy New Year to everybody. We're looking forward to have a better year in all areas of our life. But talk to you all soon. Thanks for being on the call. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Michael.